Hi everyone. So this time I will present to you a stars of Elizabethan period and their pieces. But before anything else, we need to discuss first the highlights of Elizabethan era. So Queen Elizabeth is the ruler of that time. She embodied power and beauty in the period and also has an extravagant and brutal age. Then, this era is the first theaters in English appeared because this period is known as the theater production. That is why it is the first theaters in English. So, in innyards or taverns is the first place wherein the performers perform in the table, because when we say taverns, it is a place where people gather to drink alcoholic beverages and be served food, and in most cases where travelers received lodging. So as you can see, there are some people here gathering and drink alcoholic drinks. Then there are three people here who are performing. So this is innyards or taverns. After innyards, there is an involvement, and that is outdoor stages. So as you can see, there is a stage here, curtains, and the rooms for the performers. So there is an involvement or the development for them to perform. Then after that, finally ended up in the theater. So as you can see, there is a stage here, the gallery, then there are some doors here. Yes, it is almost perfect, and that is theater. So let's recap. So first is the taverns, which is the place where people gather to drink the alcoholic beverages, or this is what we called innyards. After the taverns, there is an involvement, which is the outdoor stages. Then after the outdoor stages, there is theaters. So we have here interior of Globe Theatre. So this part, the public theaters were either a round, square, or octagonal wooden structure, which consisted of galleries. So this is the area for gallery. And next, the pit. Then this part is the main stage wherein the performers perform. The door, the upper stage, the trap door. As you can see, there is a square or rectangle shape here. That is a trap door. Then discovery space rather, this area, the tiring rooms, and this area are the wardrobe and storage. So these are the parts of Globe Theatre, the interior of Globe Theatre. Globe Theatre, built in 1599 by Cuthbert Burbage and burned to the ground after the cannon malfunction. So we are already done talking about the theater structure. So let's move on the actors of Elizabethan theater. So we have 5 famous actors who brought the plays and their plots of life. So first, Edward Allen. Next is Henry Condell. Third, William Shakespeare. Fourth is Richard Burbage. And fifth, John Hemmings. So let's move on. Edward Allen. This is Edward Allen. Edward Allen, known as Ned, or his nickname Ned. Then, he born on September 1, 1566, and died on November 25, 1626. He was 4 years old when his father died. His mother remarried an actor named Brown. After that, he played the title roles in 3 of Christopher Marlowe's, because there are 3 major plays of Christopher, which are Faustus, Tamburlaine, and Barabbas in the Jew of Malta. Next is Henry Condell. Henry Condell, born in September 5, 1576, and died in December 1627. He is an actor in The King's Men, the playing company of which William Shakespeare wrote, because William Shakespeare is the playwright. With John Hemmings, he was instrumental in preparing and editing the first folio, the collected plays of Shakespeare, published in 1623. Henry Condell, he was listed in 8 of the cast list that were added to the second Beaumont and Fletcher folio of 1679. So these are the 8 lists of the cast list. First is the Bundoka. Next is the Captain. Third is the Humorous Lieutenant. Then Knight of Malta, Loyal Subject, the Mad Lover, the Queen of Corinth, and the Valentinian. Next famous actor is William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, born in April 26, 1564, and died on April 23, 1616. He was an English poet, a playwright, an actor, widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. That is why he is a famous among the famous, because William Shakespeare, known as the world's greatest dramatist. His extant works, including collaborations, consist of approximately 39 plays. Then, the Globe Theatre, he is associated in the theatre in London. So, William Shakespeare is the one who associates the Globe Theatre. So, the Globe Theatre is made by Burbage. Next is Richard Burbage. In January 6, 1567, that is the day when he was born. Then he died on March 12, 1619. So was an English stage actor, widely considered to have been one of the most famous actors of Globe Theatre of his time. In addition to being a stage actor, he was also a theater owner, the entrepreneur, and painter. So Richard Burbage is the younger brother of Cuthbert Burbage, who is the one who built the Globe Theatre. Then, he were both actor in drama. Burbage was a business associate and friend to William Shakespeare. That is why William Shakespeare is the associated in London of Globe Theatre. His early acting career is poorly documented, but as many young actors of his time, he may have played the part of women in productions before taking any of the roles he is known for famous at that time. Next, and for the last famous, John Hemmings. So, John Hemmings, born in November 25 in 1566 and died on October 10, 1630. He was an actor in The King's Men, the playing company of which William Shakespeare wrote. Along with Henry Condell, he was an editor of the first folio, the collected plays of Shakespeare, published in 1623. He was also the financial manager for The King's Men. He is known to have performed in Ben Jonson's Janus and Everman in his humor, in both cases alongside Shakespeare. He appears to have owned a structure abutting the Globe Theatre, which may have been used as an alehouse. He served as trustee for Shakespeare when the latter purchased a house in Blackfriars in 1613. So, as you observe, the five famous actors, they are connected to each other because William Shakespeare is the known among of them, and William Shakespeare, we know that he is a playwright, the poetic person, but the four famous actors, they are connected to him. So let's recap the five famous actors, which are Edward Allen, Henry Condell, William Shakespeare, Richard Burbage, and John Hemmings. So that's all for the stars of Elizabethan era and their pieces. So thank you for watching, guys, and have a blessed day, everyone.